Round one, very good looking hand. Alright, opponent is playing first. Let's see what we're up against. Green, okay. Let's get the old rats out there. That was a really good draw. Sentinel's a useful spell. Alright, no 2-drop, very good sign. That was a good draw too, although we will be needing the lands at some point in order to curve out into that Jace. I guess I could have walked into a raise the alarm there. I wasn't very careful about that, but at least now we know. He didn't have it there. Verdant Haven. All right. So he's going into fatty territory, which isn't that big of a deal when you got a Typhoid Rats. Could be going into fixing territory too, though. It's one or the other. All right, Tinkerer. I think you actually open up with the Tinkerer since you go into the Sentinel and then suddenly you got a flyer. Oh, that's a tough one to beat. I guess I've got the Covenant of Blood, but at least it can't protect itself. But I'm going to have to get to Covenant mana here. There, I think we're there now. So let's play Jace. Let me think about this. If I play Jace, bounce the Avacyn, swing in, he's just going to play Avacyn again. And then maybe if I draw the land, I'll be able to Covenant, and he likely won't be able to Ephemeral Shields, depending on whether he's got another white sword or another land next turn. I guess he could. But otherwise, I'm playing a Gargoyle Sentinel, and well, I could still bash in with Typhoid Rats. I'm trying to think what playing the Jace really does. It kind of eats up his next turn. I think that's the real reason why I'm playing Jace here. It really tempos him nicely this turn, because he's going to play Avacyn again, right? So it's basically like we're eating up his turn. He gets to draw a card. We get to get in for 3 damage. And I can block and protect the Jace the following turn with my Aeronaut Tinkerer, played with my Gargoyle Sentinel, if I want. But more likely I'm probably just going to let my Jace die, which actually isn't that big of a deal. But then again, if we draw a land, then we're just free of the Avacyn threat anyway, so it does not matter. I would say Jace did his job, setting him a turn back, and then the next turn I'm going to get to look at the top 2 cards and up my card quality a little bit. In fact, yeah, I was going to say could help me get a land, but it's going to be too late. I'm basically just hoping to get a land on the next draw here. That's actually surprising that he did that. I'm a little bit confused by that, to tell you the truth. But that's okay. I can be confused. I think we just have to play the Sentinel basically to get some protection for Jace with our Tinkerer. Definitely uses ability. Do I want the Crippling Blight or do I want the Peel from Reality? I think I'd actually rather have the Peel from Reality. Although the Razorfoot Griffin blocking is... No, we want to bounce Avacyn, so let's get rid of the Crippling Blight. Take the Peel and play a Gargoyle Sentinel, and then I think we just pass. Play the patient game. He could hunt the weak here. Should be a pretty big deal, but I'd have to accept. Because then he eats our Tinkerer, or eats our Sentinel even. No, then he'd have to trade. So hunt the weak, eat our Tinkerer, kill Jace, which would suck. But at least we could crack back with rats and maybe play the Golem. And then following turn, at some point he's got to drop that Avacyn, so we're going to have to get the Covenant of Blood ready. We got to kill her as soon as she drops. The longer she's out, the more chance we got to risk running into Ephemeral Shields. Or Ranger's Guile even. Alright. Played her again. He's got the Ephemeral Shields mana up, but I can't play around it. I think the longer I wait, the more trouble I'm going to be in, honestly. Because, I mean, there's just like countless things that could be an issue here. Well, I guess that's not too bad. Appeal from Reality is not bad. I think we definitely want to kill Avacyn, though. Um, hmm. All right, before we use Jace, let's Covenant of Blood. Let's hopefully resolve this. Or I should say successfully resolve this. Yep. Oh, I see. Okay. I can tolerate that. That is definitely tolerable. Beautiful, beautiful. As long as it's dead, I feel good. Green still can do restock, though. So I guess I have to be conscious of that. Let's not forget our Jace. No need to bounce, so let's just look at the top two again. His ultimate's kind of underwhelming, right? I guess it's okay. Let's graveyard the assistant and keep the Zoff Shade. Let's see here. Shuffles his hand, then I get to draw 7. I see. It's not bad. I mean, it's certainly good, but not the end-all be-all. Well, I left my guy back. It's a pretty clear block. He can buff and kill my guy, but I'm gonna have to deal with the buff somehow. Yeah, no problem. Um, 5 mana, got the Jace, got the Gargoyle Sentinel, got the Accursed Spirit. Let's drop the Willforged Golem. Let's attack with the rats. And I could look at the top two. I almost want him to play the Razorfoot Griffin again, though, so let's just get some more Jace value. I mean, honestly, the longer Jace is out here, the more Think how much value I've reaped already. I've upped the card quality a couple times, and I've bounced Avacyn and the Razorfoot Griffin. Okay. That's an interesting choice. Oh, because he's exiled. Okay. Makes more sense. And a Sungrace Pegasus. Okay. One card left, and we know it's a Razorfoot Griffin. So I'm feeling actually pretty good now. We've got Typhoid Rats. We've got our Gargoyle Sentinel. We've got stuff to sit back on. If I get a land, I'm looking real good too. This is actually fine, so I'm going to look at the top two. Graveyard, the cat, actually. I'd rather keep the island here. And we're going to drop the Child of Night and leave up the Gargoyle Sentinel. And then pass. Got the Peel from Reality as well, if stuff gets too squirrely here. Like, I love having the out to hunt the weak, the blocker for Warden of the Beyond, the blocker for Sungrace Pegasus. We're looking pretty good. Alright, so now we can drop a 4-drop plus leave up the Peel from Reality, but then we can't fly with Gargoyle Sentinel, so that is a bit of a dilemma. I think we play the patient game here. Let's just get another land off this Jace. Although Chasm Skulker, I feel like I already have the means to win, which is kind of why I want to ditch the Chasm Skulker here. Because I'm just going to have evasive threats that he can't block, and he needs to progress the board. Alright, I'm not thrilled about getting rid of this Chasm Skulker, but I kind of want to just get this next land so I can play my 4-drops and still leave up Gargoyle Sentinel. I'm just not quite at that point yet, so need to do a little bit more chill out. Always have to keep in mind I've got the Peel from Reality, so I've got the out for the sketchy situation. Juggernaut definitely can handle that. I almost want to Peel from Reality now, but I think I'm going to save it. So let's draw again. Now we can drop a Cursed Spirit. Let's up Jace again. Alright, now I can ditch this, keep the Path Mage, pass. Alright, Wayfinder. Maybe we're just on Jace plan. Get rid of, basically just get rid of everything my opponent has, and then I get to start with 7 cards. I feel like that's a pretty much mandatory win, but we'll find out. Has to attack with the Juggernaut, clearly. Tempted to trade with the Spirit, as sketchy as that seems. Mostly because I'm on the Jace plan right now, but he's eventually going to have to get in there. Oh, it's very interesting. Alright, he's going for broke here. So give the Gargoyle Sentinel flying first and foremost. Has he got a second Sanctified Charge? I don't know. Let's do this thing. Let's block here. Let's trade off the Intimidator for the Juggernaut. Alright. That was a pretty good board state switch there, I would say. Let's drop the Path Mage because the Zoff Shade's going to require some more mana. Let's up Jace, of course. Ditch the Swamp, keep the End of the Void. Don't want to attack with the Child, so chill out some more. Alright, Mystic. Obviously no big deal there. Into the Void, as we knew was coming. Let's up Jace real quick here. Take a look again. We've got 15 cards left in deck. I got to keep that in mind. Get rid of the Crippling Blight. Keep the Master Predicaments. Drop the Zoff Shade and then pass. Although he'd have to double block to kill the Path Mage. Let's do that. Start clearing up this board a little bit. Yep, that's a 2-for-1 I can tolerate. We've got the Master coming, so just keeping his board state as empty as possible seems legit. He could be running the Return to the Ranks, I guess we'll find out. He's got the White Paragon too, which is pretty good. Let's just attack with the Zoff Shade first. I don't think he's got great blocks here. Not blocking at all, as expected. Drop the Master. Leave up the Peel from Reality. Use Jace. Ditch the island, keep the Maggot, pass. Alright, end of his turn, just Peel from Reality the Spider and the Child of Night. So let's go ahead and swing with the Shade and Master. So we're going to choose the Rotfeaster Maggot. I do have to speed up a little bit. This is only game 1 and I'm a little bit behind on time, so... Oh, I accidentally did not cast my spell. That was not the prompt I was expecting it to do. So, in my rush, I screwed up. Alright, just going to bounce whatever fatties he's got here. Oh, Wayfinder. Well, we're getting a lot of good info on our opponent's deck, but he's also getting some pretty good info on ours. Are we at lethal yet? I think we are, so I'm ready to kill him at this point. We're going to Into the Void plus Jace bounce, and then just end this. 3, 5, 7, 11, yeah. Yeah, let's just get this over with. Alright, so got game 1, cost us quite a bit of time, but I guess we're not too far behind. Well, he's got Avacyn, that's a big deal. He's got Sanctified Charge, Pillar of Light, Juggernaut. Pillar of Light's going to be a huge deal against our Chasm Skulker as well, so he's got some good answers for our stuff. Warden, it's the first time I've actually seen it with full value. That worked out pretty well for him. Paragon, I'm hoping he doesn't have the triplicate spirits, but you never know. Does Crippling Blight still seem useful against him? I guess he was a little bit... Yeah, it does, because the Elvish Mystic and stuff, yeah. I don't think we've got much of a sideboard. We could do the Negate, and that'll stop the Sanctified Charge, as well as, I don't know, other stuff. Could also put in another Peel from Reality. What's bad against him? That's the most important question. The flyers were key, and the only one we had really was the... Yeah, I mean, all the flyers are key. We could cut this off shade, lower our mid a little bit. I'm not opposed to that. We've got enough ways to win already anyway, so kind of makes sense. What am I playing Negate for besides Sanctified Charge? Is he mostly... I'm trying to think what else I saw out of him. I don't think I saw anything else, so maybe Negate's not that good. Maybe maybe his offshade's still fine. Or maybe I actually want another Peel from Reality like I first said. For the pumps. But then again, maybe then we're too creature light to make that work. Let's keep it the same for now. Just try it again. I couldn't recall enough spells to make Negate worth it. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like his whole deck was just, you know, basically flying creatures and a Sanctified Charge. Alright, turn 1 Mystic. It's definitely a big deal. Crippling Blight off the top, please. Alright. Alright. It's not over yet. It's getting a nice little curve going though. There's a black cat. It's actually really nice. Not amazing, but it makes our Covenant of Blood cheaper, so it seems pretty important right now. Alright, no plays. That's good. Let's, ooh, that was a good draw. Let's get out our Sentinel here. Then we'll pass. Equipping a black cat with a haunted plate mail makes that a big threat. Alright. I think he's going for Avacyn, but if we can get in that Covenant of Blood range, we're going to be okay. It almost makes me want... I think we got to almost do the... I think it's in our best interest to do these Offshade first. I know it might seem strange, but there is a chance that next turn he plays an Avacyn, so I want to be able to immediately have the out to it, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get in with the Black Cat, because I don't see why he would make that trade. We'll drop this Offshade. We're not blocking the Sungrace Pegasus, I understand, but I'm still progressing the board. Alright, so he could have blocked the Black Cat. The fact that he didn't makes me think he's either got Sanctified Charge. If it's just Avacyn, I can answer it. Yeah, he did have the Avacyn, but we've got the Covenant. He's got one card left. I'm hoping that it's not Ranger's Guile, but if it is, that sucks, but let's make him have it, I guess. I mean, I think we got to do it now. All right, good. Feeling better, feeling good. We got rid of the big bomby, hard to beat threat is out of the way. That's good news. We've got the plate mail for the late game, so really we're just kind of in survival mode right now. Skirmisher, all right. Still doing all right, still doing all right. All right, it's pretty nice actually. Let's get in with our Offshade before we play the Haunted Plate Mail, because I don't think he's super tempted to block this thing. No blocks. So let's go ahead and let that die. Let's play the Haunted Plate Mail. Cannot quite do the Crippling Blight. I mean, I could do the Crippling Blight on the Sungrace Pegasus, but I don't know. I'd almost rather kill an X1 or something with it. I think I'm going to chill on it for now. We can afford to take little beatings from the Sungrace Pegasus. It's just when... Oh, he's got the Sanctified Charge. Okay, well, now I kind of wish I'd played it, but that's okay. So... let's make sure... Oh, any way we do it, we're going to lose our Gargoyle Sentinel. Any way we do it, we're going to lose our Gargoyle Sentinel. Any way you possibly slice it. Let me think about how much damage we're going to take from this Sanctified Charge. So, we're going to take... Let's just... Alright, let's allow ourselves to take... 3, 6, 9, 12 damage, bringing us to 6, and we only lose a black cat. I'm not thrilled about this, but he also doesn't have to do the Sanctified Charge yet. But then in that case, if he doesn't do it here, then I can Into the Void his tokens, thereby making his Sanctified Charge much worse the second time around. Plus I can Crippling Blight his 1/1. Alright, let's do this. Hopefully he doesn't use the Sanctified Charge, because then I'll just blow out his board next turn. Alright, he unfortunately did. I felt like I put him in a place where he really would not be motivated to use it, to be honest, but did not turn him off to the idea at all. So he was not having any other way. Let's just bounce some tokens. Let's kill the Mystic. Actually, I guess we don't want to kill the Mystic yet. So let's chill one more turn. He's got no cards left in hand, and we've got a stabilized board from what I can see. If he attacks with both the Pegasus and the Skirmisher, I'll probably just take the Pegasus, or... No, I'll probably eat the Pegasus. Actually, I don't know. I don't know yet. Alright, no attacks. No plays. That's good. Let's equip here. Let's get in for 6. Got a lot of work to do, but I got to start turning the tables here, so... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can Crippling Blight the Mystic, I guess, but... I obviously don't want to re-equip because the Sentinel has to, you know, block a flyer. He's going all in. Alright, so we're going to stop the Skirmisher because it's more damage prevention. Alright. Let's just Crippling Blight the... I don't even know. I don't want to die to like Titanic Growth, to be honest. So let's play it safe here. We're going to deal 8. Crippling Blight, make sure we kill the token. And that way we can block his one attacker. So we'll block the Pegasus if he attacks. If he has the Titanic Growth, he will successfully kill our Gargoyle Sentinel, but at least it won't kill us. You know what I mean? Ah, man. That's too bad. So close, too. Yeah, that's too bad. And then we draw a land. You know, we worked so tactically this game, too. I think that's the most upsetting part about this. Such a tactical game for us the entire time, and then I'm just punished in the late game. Guess no real reason to re-equip. Well, now I guess I'm certainly glad I didn't re-equip. Can't equip because then I can't make my Sentinel fly, so we'd be dead. That's going to prevent me from attacking. There's a Willforged Golem, though. Now I've got to pass. Guess I could have just... I want the threats. I'm at 1. I don't know what to say. That's interesting. I wonder if you got multiples of those. Alright, so we win. It's great news. Won by the skin of our teeth. I was just getting really nervous there the entire time. I'm sure he knows it, so he's probably going to attack here, which makes sense. It does actually force me to block, so I guess it's not game over yet. Because he has to, he could have, alright, so this is the situation. He could have forced me to do some blocking there. Attacking with both would have forced me to make this fly, block the spirit, and then block the Midnight Guard, which would have left me with a Sentinel, but my guy would have died, so I wouldn't have been able to make the Willforged Golem unblockable. So I would have attacked, I guess, with both. He would have been forced to block the Golem. He still would have been alive. But I'm glad he conceded. That was a really tough game. Beating both Avacyn and Triplicate Spirits makes me feel pretty good. All right, moving on to match 2.